This ad is supposed to remind you of hackers and shows about hackers. Listen to Left-Handed Radio.
Forever. Dog.
I'm Brett Davis. This is a podcast for laundry from prison. I've got a special guest here that I'll introduce in a minute. Sorry if I seem upset. My once quaint and lovely prison life is no more, and this is the only place I get to really vent my frustration. So I apologize. I'm starting off on such a fucking angry note, but this is a podcast meant to be listened to while you're doing your laundry. It is a podcast about laundry, but also from prison, so that stuff has kind of taken over a little bit. But I've got a very special guest with me. He's an artist, a comedian, a writer, America's sweetheart, Branson Reese.
Hey,
man.
Hey, what's up? How you doing?
I'm fucking bad.
Yeah, no, I'm sorry you're in prison.
Yeah, it's okay. How are you?
I'm fine. I'm a little tired. It was sort of you said Queens to come out here.
Yeah.
I mean, it's technically Queens.
Did you think it was like Long Island City or something?
Yeah, it was like Astoria at most.
Yeah, no, this is an island.
I mean, you didn't lie to me, but
I did just give you an address.
That's true. I guess it was on me to not Google Maps it the morning of.
Yeah. But thanks for being here.
Man, my pleasure.
I know it does take it's a long day's worth of travel to get here.
You must remember, did they just, I guess they took you here by force?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm sorry, I mean to remind you.
It's not, yeah. This is not like a check yourself in because you're feeling like you did something bad. It's not rehab. Actually, I'm an innocent man.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Okay. Great, man.
So,
I mean,
there we go.
What are you, I'm sorry, I'm a little hazy on what are you accused of incorrectly?
You know, I don't want to get into the nuts and bolts of it, but just breaking and entering and sex crimes.
Okay. I trust you.
But I'm an innocent man.
Sure.
And if you want to see my innocence, you can check out our Patreon page. There's all the proof is there, really. Just listen and you'll see.
What are the reward tiers for your prison Patreon?
There's one reward tier and it's everything and it's proof of my innocence.
Okay, that's the way to. I admire that you've monetized your innocence.
Yeah. Some would say it's bad that I'm putting all the proof behind a paywall.
I mean, that can't, for you personally, that can't be helpful.
Yeah.
That's going to be tough for this to like go viral.
But if I am the least bit successful, it'll be a little bit of money in the pocket.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, yeah. What's the wall for? Is it like $1, $5?
It's just $5.
It's not too bad.
All you got to do is donate $5 and you'll see exactly why I am innocent.
I mean, to be completely, I'm paying more for less on other Patreons.
Okay. What other Patreons are you supporting?
It's just a few other, it's like artists that.
Mm-hmm. Name names.
I don't want to. Well, now because I'm being rude now.
No, you're not being rude.
I would, if another artist was like, oh, Branson's Patreon is worth less than hearing that a guy is innocent one time, I would be a little insulted.
Well,
not to insult you.
You can actually find out that I'm innocent. You only need to find out that I'm innocent one time.
That's true, yeah.
And that's a man's life.
Do you have a lot of what I have of people unsubscribing and leaving you notes?
Yeah.
I'm sorry to hear. Because I mean, yours especially, it's like you're just getting the one thing and then...
Well, there's a Serial themed podcast that I'd love to have you on.
Sure.
It's called Serial the Podcast.
Great. I've heard of it.
Yeah, great. I'm glad word's getting around. I'm sorry if I seem like a raw nerve right now.
I mean, you're in prison, man. I get.
Yeah. I just got my ass kicked.
I'm sorry to hear. There's certain like social contract stuff that I am like happy to look the other way on while you're in prison.
Well, thank you. There's a lot of social contract stuff that I am no longer privy to because of my current state in this caste system.
If you had to, what's like the power ranking of the caste system here?
I'd say the Crips kind of run the place.
Okay.
Bloods, Latin Kings, other smaller gangs.
Like niche gangs.
Yeah, Nation of Islam was a kind of respected but not super powerful gang. That was what I was in, and it wasn't really a gang.
Sort of like the comedian.
Yeah, and it's funny you mentioned comedy because what I did was I was doing pretty well. I was running the prison laundry system, and then I decided my head got a little big, and I thought I'm going to put on an alternative comedy show for everybody.
Sure.
And I did it. I tried to also incorporate some of my dance.
I know that this story ends with you getting your ass kicked, but how did that go?
It went bad.
Yeah.
It pretty much ended with me getting my ass kicked.
I would imagine it began with you getting your ass kicked. The middle was you getting your ass kicked.
There was a lot of cachet that I lost by kind of putting myself out there, which you think people would respect that because I don't know if people tell you this as a comedian, but what you do up there is so brave.
Oh, yeah. No, I mean, I couldn't agree more.
And imagine if you're doing it in front of the worst people in this region.
Sure. I mean, they're in...
Yeah.
But you got to assume a few of them are wrongfully imprisoned.
Yeah, like me.
Still, I mean, the culture of prison, I'm sure that's... Nobody's at their best right now.
Yeah.
Well, I'm sorry to hear that.
Well,
did you have anyone else in the lineup?
I probably could have padded it out a little bit.
You think that might have been part of the problem?
It was sort of a one-man show type thing.
Maybe look, I'm not saying do it again, but if you were to do it again, maybe reach out.
Yeah, I think the people that allowed me to put it on the first time are really it got everybody riled up in the wrong way.
Oh yeah, I mean,
yeah.
I'm talking. I mean, it's, depending on how long you're in here.
Mm-hmm. I worked on it. I had some of the best of my old stuff, some new stuff. I thought this would be a real fun story to take to Edinburgh.
Sure. I mean, the thing, like, had this worked out and you were like talking to me about this story victoriously, I would be like, this guy's brilliant. What a brilliant idea. Mm-hmm. It's like they did like Waiting for Godot at a prison or something, and it was like a huge hit. Yeah. That's one of those stories that they tell you, and they're like...
Dave Hill was a guest on the show, and he kind of inspired me. He played guitar, and that kind of won them over for the comedy.
Sure.
I can't play guitar, so I tried to do a little funky dance.
That's not... Anyone can do a funky dance.
Well, can they do a funky dance like this?
Oh, my God. Oh, yeah, I'm on their side. This is terrible. I mean, I'm not like trying to hurt your feelings, but like the way there was something very specific about the way you danced that like incited, like I would say I'm like a pretty peaceful person. And
I'd say that too.
The like 4 or 5 seconds you were dancing, I was like, he's in here with me. I was mad.
You got that. You saw white.
Yeah, something like primordial was just like triggered in me by that. I would say I don't know how the rest of your comedy show went, but I would say a lot of it probably came from that dance.
Yeah, but I got kicked out of the Nation of Islam, and I didn't get to do the laundry anymore. Kind of people just spat on me and disrespected me, and I drove a man to suicide. Well, that was not really because of the comedy show.
I'm sorry, what happened?
I gave a guy a Black Dahlia.
I'm not familiar with the...
Sort of like, that scene in The Dark Knight where Joker's like, ever tell you how I got these scars?
Yeah, I do know that reference.
Yeah, that guy would have been saying that.
Oh, okay.
I got really into the Black Dahlia.
What is
the
the
winter.
We got some time. What's the I don't know Black Dahlia.
Black Dahlia was a series of murders that took place. There's been some adaptations, books, movies.
Oh, okay. I think I know the poster.
Yeah, there was a woman named Elizabeth Short was found murdered in L.A.
Oh, it's terrible.
And it was really graphic, and
Is that
her
movie
corpse
poster
was mutilated and severed at the waist.
Oh, Jesus.
Yeah,
Okay.
but I didn't kill anybody.
No, yeah, I mean
I didn't kill anybody.
I believe you. I've known you for a while. I don't think you're a killer.
Thank you. Would you be willing to say that on record?
That I don't think you're a killer.
Yeah.
Would I get in trouble for if it turns out that you're a killer?
I'm going to ask you a question. What's your turge?
Excuse me?
Hold it for bumper. What's your turge?
My detergent?
Yeah.
I use Tide. Is that like my favorite band's the Beatles or something?
No.
Is it like a basic?
No, Tide's the best.
What were you hoping for? You seem
No, I just I haven't been able to use Tide. If you notice, there's a big industrial bucket of Bob Barker brand laundry detergent. This is an industrial. It's made for industrial washers, and it's delivered to prisons around the U.S. and probably beyond.
That seems obviously they didn't have you in mind when they designed that, but that seems for you specifically especially cruel.
Yeah, because it's such the opening is wide.
Yeah. God, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
What are you? Is it? Do you want to change the subject, or do you want to talk about?
That's no.
What were your favorite turges?
Tide, pretty much.
Tide.
I had other favorites, but Tide quickly became. She became my favorite.
Did you hear about how they had to like limit Tide like people buying too? I'm sure this has come up on the.
This has
podcast
come
before.
up.
I
take the credit for the whole Tide Pod phenomenon.
Yeah.
I way before anyone was really doing it online. I was pushing. I was saying, "Hey, everybody, eat a Tide Pod. You'll be okay."
Can you do?
And it's kind of cool.
You can do one, right?
You can do a couple.
Can you really do a couple?
Yeah.
I'm asking you, a man who I'm looking at through glass in prison right now.
Yeah.
You can eat a couple Tide Pods?
Yeah, you could eat a couple Tide Pods.
If I ate one Tide Pod, you'd get sick, right?
Not if you built up a tolerance.
How do you... Would you start with like a quarter Tide Pod, or just like sip a little?
Yeah, just a little bit every day.
What's the appeal? Is it just like that it's forbidden, or do you get high?
I mean, the forbidden thing is kind of sexy.
Sure, no, I get.
But it's more just a fortitude thing, like your intestinal fortitude
To test your.
but literally, like, how fortified are your intestines to ingest what's poison necessarily? Yeah.
Well, that's the thing. Like if you could drink like 12 shots in an hour or something, which like a person can generally do, you get sick, but you can do it.
Yeah.
It seems like a Tide Pod is got to be close to equivalent to that, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
I'd say it's healthier because it's cleaning you.
Really? You would say that?
Yeah.
You're getting like the scrubbing bubbles.
Yeah. It's good luck having some grime in there once you've really detoxed it.
Aren't you supposed to have a certain amount of grime inside of yourself, though?
Yeah, you don't get to have any grime anymore, though.
Oh, that's the bad.
That's the good thing.
That's the good thing.
Yeah.
I guess the bad thing is its potential for death. It's poison.
And I guess it cleaning out the grime.
That's got to be bad.
It's there. I guess if there is good grime, I've never really considered that.
Isn't that like the whole deal with yogurt is like probiotic or
something like that? Yeah.
You're getting the good. I don't know what. I couldn't even tell you what yogurt was made from.
This ain't the podcast for yogurt, motherfucker. This is the podcast for laundry.
Well, let's keep it to laundry then.
Yeah.
Okay. Let's talk taste. What's a Tide Pod taste like? Have you done it?
Yeah.
Okay.
I've done a couple.
What's the taste?
Let's see. It kind of sits on your tongue and creates a layer. So
okay.
Whatever you've touched inside your mouth and elsewhere, you really taste it for a long time. It's like an aftertaste that is permanent and tangible.
So if you've just had like an excellent meal and you want to lock it in, you do a Tide Pod?
If you want to erase it completely,
okay.
You do a Tide Pod. Tide Pod, there is a numbing aspect. The taste is... It's really hard to describe because food isn't supposed to be like that.
Sure.
Yeah.
There's like no touchstone for...
There's really no touchstone. It's as if you... have you ever cussed as a young boy?
Yeah.
Did you have to eat soap?
No, I didn't cuss in the 40s. So they didn't wash my mouth out with soap.
Oh,
I just got scolded.
My mom totally washed my mouth
You got
out with
your
soap. Yeah.
mouth washed out with soap? Did that like start the tide? Was there something thrilling about it?
No.
Okay.
It kind of sucked then, but I did get this tolerance for it because she'd grab whatever was nearby, whether it was a laundry detergent or, just a floor cleaner.
That sounds terrible.
Antifreeze, like really whatever she
if
could.
antifreeze was nearby, were you cussing in like a garage?
Yeah.
Okay.
Sometimes I'd have to sit in the garage. That's where the washer and dryer was.
Oh, sure.
Yeah.
I guess that's now that I'm saying it,
Yeah.
It's not like exotic to be in a garage.
To some it is.
Okay. I said it though, like it was like, what were you in a garage? Like that isn't a place a person would spend a ton of time.
And usually kids aren't spending a ton of time, but I'm not the usual kid.
Okay.
Let's talk about you though.
All right, let's talk about me.
I feel like we really caught people up on my situation, but I want to know about your situation.
Sure.
Let's go back in time. What was your first memory of doing laundry?
Oh God. I think we used to live in Alabama, and I remember I'm sure I had done it before then, but I do remember like specifically that chore being like, I had been like punished and I had to do extra laundry.
Yeah.
I think that was it.
So Alabama. So this is, you got a big silver bucket and a stick with a rag on it, and you're just...
Oh yeah, I'd been asleep under a tree with a fishing line tied around my toe.
Mm-hmm. Maybe like a sort of a handmade hat draped over your face as you...
Oh yeah, I was covering my eyes like when Speedy Gonzalez goes to sleep.
Yeah.
I had I had all my detergent in a bindle over my shoulder. Mm-hmm. And we lived on a steamboat.
Oh wow!
Yeah,
one of those Alabama steamboats.
Yeah, one of those Alabama coming up the Mississippi, the famous Alabama Mississippi.
Well, that's cool. What was it like living on a steamboat?
It was fun. I mean, it was tough. I mean, we would every morning the captain would shout Mark Twain, which is how he got his name.
Mm-hmm. Oh, he would shout the words Mark Twain? Or
Mark Twain was originally Samuel Clemens, and the name Mark Twain is something a steamboat captain shouted.
Oh,
he was like, that'd be a good name.
Oh, wow. I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Never really read Twain. Don't respect him.
Wow.
Yeah.
Hard stance to take on a generally well-received author.
Well, I did some writing too, and then I looked at it critically, and I said, this is better than Twain.
I respect. I don't know. I mean, I haven't read your writing, but that's power move on your part.
Fair enough. You should really read my writing. I've got my memoirs.
What do you got? Just memoirs?
About my time in prison, and yeah.
So this is pretty recent.
Yeah, it's kind of based on this book, Scar Tissue.
Oh, is that the Anthony Kiedis autobiography?
Yeah. Well, yeah. I guess it is.
You guess it's the Anthony Kiedis autobiography? Oh, okay, cool. About like his time in Red Hot Chili Peppers and
and sort of switch out the sort of touring and stuff with my laundry adventures and my time in prison.
Sure. Mm-hmm. Is there like a flea equivalent prisoner in here?
Well, there's this guy Reggie. Hey Reggie. Hey Reggie. Say it. Say your catchphrase. Well, it's quiet today.
Well, he seemed mad to have his name shouted.
Yeah, I think he's somebody that does it not for the attention, but for the art.
Sure.
Yeah.
Just like Flea.
Just like Flea, yeah. Like Flea wasn't getting naked because he's like, I want everybody to see my dick. He's like, no, I'm doing this because it's a political statement.
Sure.
Yeah.
That we got a party.
I think it was deeper than that.
What would you say the politics of the Red Hot Chili Peppers are?
I'd say it's conservative.
I would too. Yeah, it's definitely on the grid. It's definitely on the right.
Yeah, it's sort of that, like in the way that Kanye is sort of a Trump guy now.
Yeah.
I think it was like early that.
I
but
think
they're like we're Bob Dole.
Okay, yeah. I could see that's like not a. I could see them now being more like Ron Paul guys.
Yeah, I could see that too. Definitely, yeah, conservative fringe perhaps.
They're definitely. I mean, I'm thinking libertarian because they're all about personal freedom, but they don't. I would not say that the Red Hot Chili Peppers like care about other people.
They don't like taxes.
Oh shit! There's no way the Red Hot Chili Peppers are pro taxes.
Yeah, and they don't really like charity.
Yeah, sure.
Because they worked for their fame.
That's true. When I think of like a hardworking band, I think of the Red Hot Chili Peppers.
Yeah, like they wake up at 6 a.m. and they're just
they roll up their sleeves.
Yeah, they were the working man's band.
Yeah, they are who Bruce Springsteen was pretending to be is who the Red Hot Chili Peppers actually are. I will say that on record.
All right, please quote that.
Yeah, fucking quote me.
Yeah, but next Red Hot Chili Peppers Times profile or Rolling Stone article.
It's coming. There's definitely a Rolling Stones article coming soon about them.
This will be like the third portion of it where it's a big I, and then think that the Red Hot Chili Peppers are what Bruce Springsteen pretended to be, and then it'll talk about you a little bit. Let's talk about you a little bit.
Let's do it. Oh yeah, we sort of deflected.
Yeah. You're an artist.
Yeah.
A live performer.
Yeah.
You've got a webcomic called Swan Boy.
I do.
And a number of others.
Yeah, no name for those though.
Yeah. They're just collected in various places online.
They're around. I put them all up on my website finally.
I actually put them up on my website too.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah. I just kind of crop out your name and stuff.
Oh, yeah. Don't do that.
Why?
That's because that's my work. I would love to be
really
cool
funny,
about it.
though.
No, I really appreciate it.
Yeah.
I mean,
I just didn't want people to get distracted by like the title of it and stuff.
Sure. I mean, some of them, the title, the joke just makes no sense without the title. So you've committed an error in that.
Well, I'm pretty good at Photoshop, so if I sense that's the case, I'll just get in there with the marker tool and I'll just erase your name only.
Okay.
And the year and the website stuff.
I don't put that on there.
Okay, good.
I mean,
you're one of many.
Sure.
Yeah.
Of the things for me to get upset of, like the slights you can commit against me, this is pretty minor. So I don't love what I'm hearing.
I'm sorry. Well, it's not just you. It's kind of anybody I find funny. If you go to brettdavis.rip, it's really an aggregator of good content, really.
Oh, cool. You're like that. That's like an Instagram thing, right? Don't people do that on Instagram all the time?
I actually do it on Instagram a little bit too.
That's
Brett Davis RIP. Yeah.
That's but why do you do that? What would lead someone to do that?
I think because you get the hits and stuff. Obviously, I don't have access to a computer now.
Oh, I guess
so it's kind of dormant.
Sure.
Once I get out, I'm gonna kind of buy the followers that I would have gained during that period, and just kind of keep on trucking.
I guess I only find out about people doing this when they get like busted and everyone's mad at them. So it seems irrelevant to like also get upset with them.
Okay, why would people bust that though? You're just sharing.
Well, you're stealing because there's a way to share it where you're like crediting the artist.
Well, okay. Well, let's say I want to credit the artist, but I also kind of want to add my own caption with like a cry laugh emoji.
Okay. Of the things you could just add the cry laugh emoji. You can like respond to it and put the cry laugh emoji on there.
But let's say a lot of your works are just a square.
Sure.
So I've really got to. I don't want to take up space with the art. That would be disrespectful to
I
the
understand.
art.
So of the space that's like you have to add.
Yeah.
This has literally happened to me where people have removed my signature and put like an emoji there to like let them know how to feel.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, Forever Dog listeners, it's Jonathan Braylock,
Dra Milligan,
and James III
from Black Men Can't Jump in Hollywood. This year, we have seen what staying silent can do, and right now, you have an unprecedented opportunity to speak up, cast your vote, and be heard.
It's never too early to register to vote, but it might be too late before you know it.
We want to help make it easy for you to register and have a plan for November 3rd or before if early voting is an option in your state so that your country can finally reflect your values.
Yes, go to foreverdogpodcast.com/vote to register. Check on your registration often. You should do it like every day to make sure and learn how to fill out your ballot.
I don't know about every day, but listen.
Every day.
All right, still register.
Good. Am I good? All right.
Gotta make sure people care.
All right, each state is different, so make sure you're following local rules and regulations. And remember, your voice, your vote. That's foreverdogpodcast.com/vote.
Take care of yourselves and take care of each other.
Yeah, but y'all better vote.
All right, go vote. It's Jonathan Braylock.
James III.
And Gerard Milligan from Black Men Can't Jump in Hollywood.
On our podcast, we rate, review, and analyze films in the context of race.
Discussing Hollywood's diversity and representation issues.
And talk to experts in the field.
Experts like ourselves because we're working actors and writers, so we know what we're talking about.
Except James.
We vary it up between huge blockbuster hits and beloved cult classics such as Higher Learning,
Independence Day,
Loose,
Sorry to Bother You,
Blade,
Parasite,
Blind Spotting,
Hustlers,
and Cats. Yes, y'all, we review Cats.
and don't forget Hancock, which may or may not be a good movie.
It's not a good movie. So please check out and subscribe to Black Men Can't Jump in Hollywood.
Only on the Forever Dog Podcast Network.
And we'll all try to figure out if Hancock is a good movie or not. Together.
New episodes every Monday.
Illegal bondware was just downloaded to your brain. That's the opposite of malware. Listen to Left-Handed Radio.
I mean, if that's what you have to do, if you like really feel like you have no other option here, I'm not going to be too upset about it. But
so
yeah,
you're all also a live performer.
yeah, I do perform live.
You performed at the Upright Citizens Brigade.
It's true.
And many places elsewhere. Is there anything new and exciting happening in that world?
I haven't done anything live in a while. I've just been focusing on comics mostly.
I really just did that one show recently.
Oh, sure. I bet that's been tough for you.
Yeah.
Because you're in prison.
Mm-hmm. So you really can't get those reps in.
Yeah, I imagine.
Mm-hmm.
That's the...
Normally I would be out every night doing 5-6 different shows.
Did you do that? Were you ever like doing the 5-6 show grind?
Yeah. Kind of bounce around to the Cellar and Caroline's, and they're all kind of...
Oh, just bounce around those?
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah.
I never did that. I always felt like I was...
Comic strip.
These are like some big names to bounce around.
Yuck Yucks. Yeah.
Is Yuck Yuck? I don't know. Yeah, is that a real one?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, if you said it, I guess you've been there.
Yeah.
I feel like I'm like pretty plugged in. I'm just not familiar with Yuck Yucks.
Funny's Lounge.
Funny's Lounge I've heard of, though. Obviously, Funny's Lounge. We've all performed at Funny's Lounge.
Mm-hmm. Kinnison,
sure.
Yeah.
That's the one that has the Al Hirschfeld.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's sort of it's a screaming woman on the front.
I think it's Sam Kinison.
No, it's like a screaming female golfer.
With and she's wearing like the like Kangol hat.
She's kind of like yeah.
I think that's Sam
like
Kinison.
Who's Sam Kinison?
That's the comic
Samantha Kinison?
Samuel. I think Samuel Kinison is the... Are you not familiar with Sam Kinison?
No. But the mascot for Kinison is like this like bird lady that's like screaming really loud. And
I think that's Sam Kinison. Sam Kinison was like a distinct looking guy. I mean, unless we're thinking of two different Kinnisons, but that seems impossible.
I don't know. But yeah, that's where I get my reps in. Or used to.
You're used to.
Are people in the comedy community still like saying like, "Where's Brett?"
Yeah, there is some. And again, I haven't been to too many shows or done too many shows lately, but definitely that's like people are aware that you're in prison, and it comes up sometimes.
Oh, that's not what I wanted to hear.
What did you want that no one was talking about it?
I wanted that everyone was saying, "Where am I?" but no one knew.
Oh yeah, no, that's the word has gotten out. One guy is
Jeffrey Gurian.
Who is that?
Nothing.
Is that where the rumor spread?
He reported about it in his comedy blog.
Oh, I wonder. I'm on Facebook. I wonder if that's I'm sure there's a lot of You've probably got some like contrarians going to town, getting into Facebook fights in your defense.
I would hope so.
I'm just saying. I mean, like,
am the hero of the contrarian, sort of like an Anthony Kiedis.
Sure. Yeah, that guy is he's a big like internet argue guy.
He's always subtweeting people.
Oh, dude, anytime I'm like, there's like a news story, it's like, I can't wait for Anthony's take on this. It's not quite what my first thought would be.
But, you know, it's, if anything, he's playing devil's advocate.
And it's, you know, it's like high time somebody did that.
Yeah. He's speaking truth to power, the power being the deep state.
Totally. Or a lot of times just like people interested in social justice.
Yeah.
Like he's really big on like taking them down.
Yeah. Cutting them down to size more.
Well, they're traditionally like the most powerful people. And it's like, so he finds it necessary to speak truth to them.
Yeah.
Anthony Kiedis is who's doing this.
Yes. Sort of like an Adam Carolla type.
Totally. Yeah. I think when I think of Adam Carolla, though, I think of like, there's a guy who like learned from the greats.
Yeah. I wish they'd close down Kinnison's and name it after a real person like Carolla's.
Again, Sam Kinison was a real person, just is now dead.
That'd be kind of morbid if they were just painting this.
I think it's just like in honor of Sam Kinison.
Whatever. What makes you say bleach, please?
That sounds.
Bumper. What makes you say bleach, please?
Excuse me.
I said it twice.
What makes me say bitch, please?
Bleach, please.
Oh, bleach, please.
But as if you were saying bitch, please. And if you could keep it to a laundry themed answer.
Sure. I guess when I get a stain on a white piece of clothing.
And what do you say?
Oh, dude, you're nodding. That was.
What do you say?
I say bleach, please.
Yep. Stains.
Hate them.
Yeah. Lots of blood stains in prison.
God, I bet.
Especially after I Black Dahlia that guy.
You did Black Dahlia someone in here?
Oh, yeah. That's what I was saying.
You Black Dahlia'd somebody in prison?
Yeah, this guy Carlos, and he was so mortified by his own reflection that he just bashed his head into a wall several times.
His own you showed him a mirror and that?
You know, there are some reflective surfaces. I think maybe the toilet is a stainless steel, so he probably saw it, and then he just kind of bash. And I didn't kill anybody.
But you Black Dahlia'd him.
I Black Dahlia'd him.
I'm in the dark about like what the verb like to Black Dahlia somebody is.
I think that's the way you're using it is the correct term.
Okay.
Elizabeth Short, rest in peace.
That's terrible. What was the era of the Black Dahlia murders?
This happened mid 40s, I'd say.
Okay.
LA, you know, that's sort of like, you know, Sunset Boulevard and, you know,
I'm trying to think of
noir-y kind of, yeah.
All I can think of for it's like, I can imagine the LA Confidential movie poster.
Yeah. It's sort of that, but imagine if it were just grotesque. Or,
you know what I can imagine? Like, there's one movie poster, it's like someone's face and she has like black lips and there's like a spider involved. Is that?
Along Came a Spider?
That might be what now that we're talking about, all I can see is the Silence of the Lambs poster.
Maybe. Oh, that's probably it.
Yeah.
But
that's a moth.
Arachnophobia?
It might be the arachnophobia poster.
Yeah.
That's like tonally, that's a very different.
Eight-legged freaks?
That's not eight-legged freak. That's you get a lot of what's his face.
The Amazing Spider-Man.
Not the Amazing Spider-Man.
Okay.
Eight-legged freaks, I can imagine that poster pretty clearly.
But I mean, in the Amazing Spider-Man, Hugh didn't really have the costume yet, right?
Is that there's so many Spider-Man movies, which is the Amazing Spider? Is that the first Tobey Maguire movie?
No, that's the one with Andrew Garfield. I didn't see it, but what I gathered was that he's kind of a bit more gothy, so that would explain the black
He's
lipstick.
I did see that one. The main update is they just like made him a little hotter.
Oh. Was he goth?
He was like not dressed like a goth, but his attitude was a little more goth.
It's time for a goth Spider-Man. You could quote that, Rolling Stone.
It is high time.
Mm-hmm. You can quote that, High Times. Anything else make you say bleach, please?
I guess if I like throw a white shirt in with some like blues or some reds, then I take that white shirt out and I say bleach, please.
Yes, honey.
Yes.
That's perfect. Yeah.
What makes you say bleach, please?
Well, I got cornered in the shower. And
You said bleach, please?
yeah.
That can't have aided you in any way.
I mean, it just kind of came out. That wasn't part of any strategy. But yeah, I got
Oh, you're just sharing like instances where you've said bleach, please.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, yeah.
Do I have to tell the rest of the story?
No,
Okay.
I would like love if you skipped over the rest of that story.
Okay, but at one point during it, I said, bleach, please.
Okay.
Yeah. You in love?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, how are you?
Well, there's this girl I was seeing. Joe Rumrill is now. Do you know Joe?
Yeah, I know Joe.
Yeah.
He swooped in.
He swooped in and took Tidy.
Tidy?
Yeah.
Who's Tidy? Is that a German name?
No. Yeah, she's German. And when I got arrested at a live show, and I guess Joe fished Tidy out of the garbage, and he's been kind of.
She got thrown away.
Yeah, she did. It's stupid. It's
I'm sorry, man.
No, it's okay. And he's just kind of been walking around with a bottle and just.
Tidy is a bottle of Tide.
Oh yeah.
Okay. I just wanted to make sure I was going on context clues here, but
Yeah.
So Joe Rumrill now is dating a bottle of Tide.
Yeah.
Cool. And you're upset that Joe Rumrill is dating a bottle of Tide.
Yeah.
Okay. Have you had him on? Have you cleared the air with him?
Not since that incident.
Do you want me to talk to you? Want me to
I would
pass
actually
anything?
love for you to pass something along to him.
Yeah, I'd be happy to.
Sorry if this is. I didn't bring this up to ask you to pass something along to him.
No, if it comes up, it comes up.
Yeah. Could you just say your time is coming, and you're either going to be dead, or you're going to be. Well, no, that's.
No.
I didn't really think about this, but I know you know him, so.
I mean, this isn't like a voicemail. You can edit this, and then I'll give him what you want me to.
Yeah.
Let's talk through this. No, I can give you some notes on what to say to Joe.
Okay. How about like?
I think your time is coming is a strong start.
I want him to know that there's nothing good will come of this.
Okay.
But I will give him the option that he will either be in chains or he will be dead meat.
In chains?
Mm-hmm.
What does that mean? Do you mean like a chain gang or?
No.
Okay.
I mean, possibly.
Like you'll chain him up?
Yeah.
Okay.
Possibly.
So the next time I see Joe, you want me to say, hey, I was just at prison and Brett passed on to me was to say that your time is coming. You will either be in chains
or
dead meat if you don't stop
is
this.
dead meat clear?
Dead meat is extremely clear.
Okay.
Like he will be a dead person that you chop up into meat.
Yeah. And then say the decision is yours.
Great.
I kind of want to do this. Do you see that show Jessica Jones?
Yeah.
We've been watching it at prison because we have one TV that has Netflix.
It's nice.
And there's a character that can control everyone's minds and thoughts and actions.
The purple guy.
Yeah, which I would love that power. And he was
pretty rough power.
No, but the way he uses it is so sexy.
It's I'm gonna push back a little bit for the first time on this podcast that I don't think the way he uses that power is sexy.
Well, no, he wears like the suits and stuff, and then
visually, like David Tennant is a handsome man,
but otherwise,
but also the character the purple man is.
Yeah,
you think is like a good guy.
I don't think he's a good guy. I think he's just really good at being bad.
Okay. You find that villain appealing.
I find that villain super appealing. And there's, Jessica is kind of always on edge because he can control anyone. So random people will come up to her and deliver messages. So I'd like to create a sort of, I want to put Joe on edge to the point where people out of nowhere are delivering these messages, and even though now he's free and he's walking around with my bottle, he doesn't feel okay. And there is a way out, but he's not going to like it. But it's going to be better.
And what's the way out?
Well, I thought of this idea that maybe because I'm innocent, that the right man should pay for the crime.
So you want Joe to take the fall for you so you can leave prison? Mm-hmm. Okay.
But yeah, wow. When you put it like that, it doesn't sound that crazy. But I want to make the outside world really uninhabitable for him.
You want to put him in prison?
Yeah.
Okay.
So I've got other people that are kind of down to help with this.
Do you mind if could we role play a little that you'll be Joe
yeah.
and I'll be me seeing him on the street?
Okay. And Joe Rumrill is a really funny comic, and I do a really great impression of him.
Cool. Yeah, okay. By all accounts, is a sweet guy.
Yeah. 2 Ton Bug on Twitter. Follow him. He's great.
He's great. I was just, yeah. Mm-hmm. Hey, Joe, it's me, your friend Branson.
Oh, hey, man. How you doing?
Good. I'm good. How are you?
I'm just getting off with Tidy here.
Oh.
Oh,
yeah, I guess I could.
Brett's bottle.
I see that. It's funny you mentioned that. I was just at Rikers Island talking to Brett.
Oh, Rikers Island? I don't want to think about that place. It's scary.
I don't blame you. I didn't want to think about it either. But anyway, Brett, he actually wanted to pass on something to you.
Yeah, shoot.
Sure. If you don't stop what you're doing, you will either be in chains or dead meat. And there is a way out. Don't worry. The way out is you have to take the fall for Brett and enter Rikers Island in his place.
Yikes.
Yeah, I know. That's sort of my take.
What do you think about that, Tidy? I better just leave you in someone's care that's not going to touch you and parade you around town, and I should just take the fall. Dibbida, that's all, folks. Because he likes cartoons.
Sure. He turns into Porky Pig, and
that went better than I thought it would go.
Well, that went really well for you when you were playing Joe. Mm-hmm. Do you mind? Should we do another one and I'll play Joe in this one?
Okay. And
I'm going to push back a little just so you're ready for if that happens.
Okay. Am I playing you?
Yeah.
Okay. Hey, Joe.
Hey, man, I'm Joe Rumrill.
Me, Branson Reese.
Yeah, no, I'm familiar with you. Yeah, what's up, dude?
Well, I just did Brett's great laundry podcast, the podcast for laundry from prison.
Cool, glad to hear it. To what do I owe this?
Well, you came up in the conversation, and I just wanted to pass on that you're going to be dead.
What?
You're going to be dead.
Well, I don't like that at all.
Well, there is a solution.
What's the solution?
You've got to take the fall for what Brett did.
Well, I'm not going to do that. I'm not going to take the fall for Brett.
I'll kill you right now if you don't do it.
You, Branson Reese, will kill me right now?
Yep.
How? What are you going to do?
I've got a knife right in my hand.
You're carrying a knife right now?
Yep. Hold on. Give me Tidy. I don't want her to see this.
No, I'm going to hold on to Tidy.
Nope. Give me Tidy.
No, I'd love to see you try to kill me while I'm holding Tidy.
Put her down.
No.
Put her down and it's fair.
I'm going to kill you.
Fine. There will be others.
What? You don't care? You don't have anything to live for?
I'm part of a bigger cause.
Fine, then I will. I'll kill you right now.
Brett is the ultimate martyr. I'm just a follower in his cause.
Yeah, okay, you're just... I slit your throat. Okay, that's how it could go. That's like the worst case scenario.
For you, maybe.
For me, yes. Yeah. I agree. For me. Mm-hmm. You want me to...
How did I do in portraying you?
That was pretty... you gave me a really rich baritone.
You do have a rich baritone.
Thank you.
Yeah.
I think I sound like a duck. I really appreciate you saying that.
Oh, no, you don't sound like a duck.
Thanks, man. Are
you a singer?
Not really.
No. consider it.
I do have like a deeper, I guess now that you're I hit deeper. No. Anyway, no, you, I want to get back to you. You want me to die for you?
I would like you to die.
I'm not going to die for you. I'm telling you right now, I'm not going to die for you.
Okay, I'm not asking you to die.
If I pushed Joe Rumrill to a point that he said, I'm going to kill you, I would not say there will be others. I would cry and apologize.
Well, you just showed your true colors.
Yeah, I did. I just don't want to die.
Okay, well then deliver the message from afar.
You want me to, like, across the street? Mm-hmm. Or send him a text or something?
You do that Alabama hollerin'.
I'm not doing Alabama hollerin'.
Yeah.
Not for this.
Okay.
I can do it. I'm not going to do it to... Why don't you just get another Tide?
Well, I have this Bob Barker stuff.
Use that. Date that for a little bit.
It's powdered.
Explore. I don't know. Fucking figure it out. Explore some other options.
I'm using it for what I need to use it for, but there's an emotional connection with Tidy.
Okay, but when you get out of here, what's the timeline you're looking at right now?
Well, there's some appeals coming up, but also it could be a year because what I did wasn't so bad, at least what they know.
Okay, 1 year. Mm-hmm. It's not great. I'm not jealous of you, but like a year, you get out of here. Mm-hmm. Why don't you can either talk to Joe or just find another thing of Tide and date that?
No, it's not the same.
I'm sure. Or then steal it from Joe.
There's a lot of me in that Tidy bottle.
Okay. I could talk to Joe and say what you're doing is gross and disgusting. Why don't you just leave just don't date a bottle of Tide?
But yeah, then how is he punished?
He's not punished.
But someone needs to be punished.
I will say, just from Joe's perspective, if people were talking about me dating a bottle of Tide on a podcast, I would consider that a serious punishment. I would say he's been punished enough.
I don't know.
What would you have me do to Joe short of killing him?
Well, short of killing him, scare him into a world where his existence is not. Death would be preferable.
Okay. In exchange for that, what are you doing for me?
I guess I could credit you when I repost your comics when I'm out.
Okay, that's a start.
I did this public access show, so I could put you on it. We'll have to sort of figure out how to start that again.
Sure. So in exchange for...
Could be on the podcast for laundry a bunch.
Okay.
That'd be fun, right?
That would be... I've been having all told, I've been having a pretty good time on here.
Nice, yeah.
Yeah. I just... so... In
Let
exchange...
me smell your cut.
There's Reggie.
There he is.
That's his catchphrase.
He got really close to you to say that.
Yep.
He moved quickly, too. He moves quickly and quietly.
Yeah, he's sort of a ninja.
I didn't like it, but I mean, it was... As far as skill sets go, that seems like a useful one to have. Mm-hmm. He disappeared. I'm a little shaken. Suddenly a massive man was right behind you, and then he disappeared as quickly as he appeared. Mm-hmm. You seem unshaken completely.
I'm unshaken because he's done it to me a million times.
Okay. Okay, so you want me to scare Joe a little?
I want you to scare Joe a little bit. That little siren was that we have to wrap things up.
Sure.
But
okay, so I'll scare Joe, and in exchange,
what are you gonna say?
I'm gonna say, Joe, buddy, I was just at prison, and Brett seems extremely mad that you're dating his bottle of Tide.
Okay.
He said something about putting you in chains, and he wouldn't elaborate. And he said that you're dead meat if you don't stop dating the bottle of Tide. Look, man, if you want to date a bottle of Tide,
give him the ultimatum that he's either going to be dead meat or he's going to be in chains.
Dead meat or in chains. Mm-hmm. Okay. I'll say Brett said.
Thank you.
I'm going to preface all of this with these are the words of Brett, and you and I are still friends.
But take my side
if it comes to that.
Yeah.
If he pushes back.
Mm-hmm.
I just don't think. I'm trying to imagine. I'll admit to you, I'm having a difficult time imagining this conversation between Joe and I.
We just did 2 act outs of it.
Sure. I mean, yeah.
That was the imagining it. You imagined it already.
It's just that in one of the scenarios, I willingly die for you.
Well, that's sometimes the sacrifice people need to make for a greater cause.
Who else do you have coming to Joe with this? Who you said there will be others? Who are the others?
Tynan DeLong did it, and
He died for you?
I think I told Chris Gethard to do it.
And Chris Gethard died for you?
Not yet, no. I'm not sure if the word's gotten to it because I really talked to one person from the outside world a week for about an hour on the podcast.
I mean, I will say from me telling you now, I haven't heard anything about either of them dying in your name.
If you wouldn't mind telling both of them that they should die for this.
I don't really know either of them. That's going to be a tough icebreaker.
But it'd be a funny one.
I disagree. Strong disagree on that.
All right. Branson, you got any plugs?
I don't really read my comics.
Okay. Check them out at brettdavis.rip.
Don't do that. Go to bransonreese.com.
Oh, okay.
Or branson-reese.com.
Okay. And is there a paywall thing there?
No. They're free to read.
Okay. But I think the layout of my site's probably a little simpler.
I disagree. I think I have a nice website.
But mine's... I paid a pretty penny to Squarespace for it, so...
Okay. Well, so, I mean, I'll let them figure it out. If they can go to both and see which one they like better.
Yeah. Check out Swan Boy.
Yeah.
Check out some of your the films that you're in. They're really great.
Oh, yeah. Thanks, man.
Yeah. Collaboration with Katie Skelton.
She's very good.
Yeah. And, thanks for being on the show.
Thanks, man. It's been nice.
Let me smell your cut.
No. He's back.
Forever Dog.
This has been a Forever Dog production. Executive produced by Brett Boehm, Joe Cilio, and Alex Ramsey. For more original podcasts, please visit foreverdogpodcasts.com and subscribe to our shows on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, or wherever you get your podcasts. Keep up with the latest Forever Dog news by following us on Twitter and Instagram at Forever Dog Team and liking our page on Facebook.
I have only one question for you. Are you going to listen to Left-Handed Radio? If yes, listen to Left-Handed Radio. If not,
Why not?